coaching a client. It was a couple of weeks ago. I'm not going to say his name just in case he doesn't want his, his personal stuff online. And he had a pattern. I recognise the pattern because I used to have it as well. It's a trauma pattern. It's an anxiety pattern. It also comes with social anxiety, and he had the courage to admit it. And I said to him, look, I don't want to upset you and offend you, but you've paid me. You want me to be honest with you where I can see you're struggling and how we can put it right. And he was a lovely guy. He said, yeah, sure, tell me. And I told him. He had a pattern of closing down and shutting down when he was around people. And we did the weekend program. And when we were sitting down having coffee, there were large amounts of times where he would feel uncomfortable. I understood. I wasn't judging him at all, right? 100%. And he would just close down and he would just stare at me and he wouldn't say anything, right? Now, obviously, it's perfectly normal to have moments of silence. As a matter of fact, I really enjoy it. I'm sure all of you do as an introvert. You have a comfortable silence, but there's that silence that is when someone's suffering, and I felt for him because I've been through it myself, and I recognise it. Quite a lot of my clients have this, and it does go back to trauma. And when he opened up and he told me his story, it made sense as to why he closes down. And he had the same kind of pattern as me. He got bullied at school. He got judged, he got made to feel that he's not good enough, that he's different. He lived in different places, so he felt ostracized from society and people. So the closing down, obviously, well, maybe not obvious to some, it's a defense mechanism. It's a way of protecting yourself. You're so afraid of opening up and showing your emotions and your facial expressions and who you are because you've been hurt, you've been judged, you've been shamed, and you're so afraid of experiencing that pain again and those feelings. So I understood it's a terrifying thing to overcome. It can sound like it's not that bad. We can use words like shyness, introverted, a little bit uncomfortable, and all those descriptions are true. It doesn't really sum up how painful it is. But the great thing was I worked with him over the weekend. Day one he was like this, and I'm not just saying this for the sake of it, this is the truth. By day two he opened up. And I knew he would open up, like if I could just make him feel comfortable. And he opened up and he was great. And when he showed his personality, he had a great personality, like all people do. And it was the same for me as well. So, yeah, I think by talking about that today, that would help a lot. And I might deviate onto other topics. Do excuse me, guys. I feel great, but I am tired. I have been pushing myself, which is a good thing. So I need a little bit of just time to get my thoughts together. I just come from the gym. I've been uploading my workouts. I'm hoping that you guys are going to watch the videos and you're actually going to go gym and experiencing it yourself. But yeah, I'm in a great place, thank God again. But I am going through a lot of suffering, positive suffering, because I'm facing a lot and I'm teaching people and I'm having to open up to help clients to open up. And it's not always easy for me to do as well, as it is for anyone. It's tiring sometimes, but it is rewarding, which is why I do sacrifice my own comfort to make these videos and to help so many men and people that follow the channel and watch these videos. So what was my point? My point is, well, this is my point, right? The suffering that my client was going through in those moments, I could see the agony that he was in, even the unconscious pain. It's a way of protecting yourself from greater suffering. But here's the solution. Opening up for him would have been uncomfortable for him to open up to me and to other people. But when he did it, when he went through that process, when he went through that kind of, how can I explain it? I guess kind of what I'm going through now. But it's a bit easier for me, right? Because I've been doing this a long time, right? Not to say his suffering is any more than yours or mine, but as he was going through it, the relief came. So what I'm trying to say is it's worth going through the pain. There's two pains in life. There's the pain of avoidance, which is agony, it's heartbreaking, and I did it for the first 14 years, and a lot of you are doing it right now, right? I'm not judging, I'm just being straight. That's my way of talking. Can't really beat around the bush, it's not my style. But at the same time, I don't want to offend anyone or hurt anyone, but I've got to be true. So avoiding people, avoiding opening up, avoiding showing your vulnerable self or your authentic self or your true self, whatever you want to call it, that is so painful. And it doesn't come with anything positive. There's no joy, there's no relief, there's no hope in that. So there's two sufferings, as I said. The suffering of opening up comes with love, it comes with healing, it comes with great things. So I struggle sometimes to articulate certain truths, but I think you guys will get it. It comes with making more money, getting a lovely girlfriend, having confidence, having friends, being able to make YouTube videos or start a business. It comes with all those things, all the external successes that a lot of people want, depending on where they're at. But it also comes with great internal healing. It's a great, look, for me, in his situation and where I've come from, success is just being able to open up and have a conversation. Sorry, just that I've undervalued it. It's a massive thing, because there's so many people, and I'm not judging again today, that they've got millions of pounds, they've got massive followers, they've got cars, they've got yachts, they've got mansions, but I can guarantee you a lot of them are not happy because they're not being authentic, they're not being honest. I know that because I've been guilty of that myself at certain points in my life, and I just can see it. When you wake up, you see these things. That's one of the positives of going through a mental health breakdown and being in a hospital like I had been and overcoming that. You know, it's not judging, it's just being honest. You're trying to help people, right? You're just trying to point out certain facts. I'm not saying everybody who's got millions of pounds and is successful materially is not authentic, because there are some people that are, but there's many that ain't. So back to my point, this was a big deal for my client. This was a great breakthrough. I was really pleased. Because it's not comfortable for me to have to sit through and see someone suffer, and I had to open up, and that's not always easy for me as a teacher and as a human being, but it was worth it. Basically, we got to where we needed to get to. I got to where I had to get to help this young man, and he got to where he had to get to make it worth the money that he spent on the weekend program and his time flying from another country. And that's why I just admired his courage and respect him a hell of a lot, because I know what it takes. And he's only 22 years of age. I couldn't do it at that age. It took me a bit longer, right? Not to put age on things. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. It may sound like a small deal, but it's life-changing and life-saving. And it doesn't matter if you've got £1 million or if you haven't got a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out. It's a big deal for someone who's come from the background of my client and the same background as I have, of trauma, shame, immense social anxiety. It's not easy to open up. So that was a great breakthrough just in 2 days. And now he's got a point of reference. He would have gone away and thought, I'm sure he would have thought, God, that was a challenging weekend, but it would have been rewarding. Maybe he will see it later on. Now he's got that point of reference where he has had that experience of opening up his heart to another human being who understands, and basically my goal was with him was to get him to be himself with me, so he could practice that and then go and do that with everyone that he wants to. Then he can find the right girlfriend. That was his goal, was get a girlfriend, make money, move out of his parents. So I know what I'm doing, and he knew on many levels, and he enabled me to do that, which was great. I appreciated it. So I think my point is, I'm trying to explain today, if I can, because I am tired. Success for me is taking off your mask and being yourself. And that doesn't mean perfect. None of us are perfect. I'm not. I'm definitely not perfect. Far from it. But it means something. It means a hell of a lot. And that is irrespective of how much you've got in your account, your followers, your clothes, your apartment. That stuff, as far as I'm concerned, I'm not going to say it doesn't mean nothing, because I appreciate it, but it doesn't mean that much if you can't be yourself with any person, even just for a couple of hours, right? So obviously it's a journey, it takes time, and I'm still on my journey, as of all of you are, and that's a great thing. So that's really the video done today. God, yeah, lately these videos are getting harder for me to do, and I think it's getting harder because I'm opening up more, I'm being honest, and I'm having to go further with clients. We're having to go deeper, and it's a lot of fun, but it's challenging for me and really for my clients. But that's what we got to do. That's what it takes. You guys want to be successful. You want to build a business. You want to get a great relationship. You want to get past the pain that you've gone through because your childhood trauma. You just want to be a better person, get a job. You just want to live a better life. This is what you're going to have to do. When I come back to certain truths and essence, that's why I struggled for so many years, just like my client, because I couldn't be myself all the time around people. I couldn't open up. I found it terrifying because I got traumatized in the same way. So I'm pretty confident all of you watching this video are struggling with the same thing or the same pattern. So this is the exercise that I gave. I want to give you guys this today, which helped him. I told him, don't judge yourself when you close down, but be aware, have self-awareness, and he's got self-awareness. When you feel yourself shutting down like this in a conversation with someone for long periods of time that are unnatural, just say to yourself, I'm doing it again. I'm falling into that pattern. I'm closing down again. It's not judging, it's compassion. It's just being aware of, I'm in a pattern right now. And I'm in a pattern that is a fearful pattern. That is because I'm protecting myself. Now I said to him, now you've got a choice. I wouldn't force him. Do I want to remain in this pattern, or do I want to alleviate myself? I don't know why I said that word. It's just a cool word. Do I want to come out of this pattern and speak to people? And if the answer is yes, then you practice it. And it is painful at times. And he realized that. And, you know, it was an intense weekend, because every time he would go into that pattern, I'd have to kind of do the talking, you know, to fill that awkward silence between both of us. Well, it wasn't that awkward for me, but maybe for him, it always kind of was. And then make him comfortable and make us both comfortable and get him to talk more. And he did amazing on day 2. He was flying. He like opened up. So that's a great practice, you know. Now it's taken me a while to really appreciate myself as well, which isn't a bad thing, and to appreciate all of you and appreciate what people have to go through and what we've got to grow through. So he had to go through it, and he had to grow through it, and he's a better man for doing it, and all of you can do it. So I would say my advice would be steady on with this stuff. You can't just, although it's tempting, and I want to say, you can't just open up to everyone and tell them everything when you've come from a place of pain and trauma, which to some degree everyone has. You've got to do it gently. So I was patient with him, because I do have experience, almost 11 years, and I have that sensitivity with people, and seeing where they're at and how far to push them and when to step back. So it's just about gradually practicing. And if you guys have followed my journey, a lot of you, all of you are smart, some are in different places, you would probably have noticed that over the 11 years I've been doing these videos, I have gradually become more of myself, thanks to the support of you guys and just my own sort of faith and determination. But I'm still on that journey. If you go back to my old videos, you'd see I'm in a different place to what I am now. So I couldn't do it all in one go. Sometimes I'd let rip and it would all come out. It would be a little bit chaotic. People would like it. So what I'm basically saying is, if you've got bad anxiety, and it's not easy to be honest with people and open up, just be gentle, just do it one step at a time, and you will eventually, like, the pain will start reducing, the love will come, the peace will come, and you will get used to that level of stress. Now, back to my point, if you watch my boxing videos, that's where I'm always trying to get to on my journey. And sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't get there, which is fine. We have good and bad days. And that's where I'm trying to encourage you guys to get to, a place of honesty and truth and authenticity through the movement of hitting the boxing bag and having fun, or doing weights, or doing business. So I'm going to leave you guys with something deep. I think you'll appreciate it. I do ask questions. I am a deep thinker, right? Nothing wrong with that. And you guys are like that. I can connect with you. And I ask myself sometimes, what am I doing here? Why am I existing? What's the point of all this? What am I trying to achieve with my business, with my message, with my journey? And if I can summarize it today, it might change tomorrow. Connection. I want to feel a connection with myself, and I want to feel it with my clients, with people, and that's what I believe you guys want. You want to feel a connection, the connection that you had when you was a kid, when we were young kids. Remember that. We didn't have to do all this work. We didn't need teachers and books and videos and programs and one-year programs and weekend we just were it, but we lost it somewhere down the line. And listening to Gabor Mate has really helped me to make sense of what I knew, what I've learned, what I'm teaching. Does that make sense? So we want to feel that connection. It's a lovely feeling. And sometimes we get lost and we think, I need to make money. But I realize it's probably not the money. It's the connection that you're trying to get with yourself. And sometimes money might help you to get there, or hitting the boxing bag, or sparring, or business, or helping other people, or doing these YouTube videos. And I feel like today I've gone through, it's been a little bit of a battle doing this video. It's nothing I can't handle, but I'm not going to lie about the internal struggle that I've been feeling right now doing this video, because I'm tired. I'm feeling good, I'm excited, there's a lot to process. I'm really trying to get a truthful message across. I've got to face my fears every time. I just come from the gym, I had a grueling workout. But I feel like I've arrived at that place, and I hope that I can help you to get there. And that's my deeper message. If you go back to my old videos, that's what I was trying to say. Obviously, I wasn't as confident as I am now. I was younger, of course, it's life, you learn. But I was trying to articulate that, and now I'm trying to get better at explaining what it means to be yourself, what it means to be honest with people, what it means to be confident, what it means to be happy or more at peace. And it's an ongoing thing, you know. We all have days where you feel connected, you're authentic. You have days where you fall out of that connection, but it's all right, we're human. We're not, see, this is the thing, we give ourselves a hard time. Nobody can be perfect every minute, you know, even when you're successful. You can't be confident every second. It's impossible, man. It's just too much to ask for. So that was the sort of attitude and teaching that I was passing on to my client, and he understood it. And I'm learning myself as I'm going along, you know. You kind of hear what you teach back. That's what my mentor Jeff said. He's totally right. You can't really teach people any type of truth or anything that you've achieved without hearing it yourself. So, you know, just keep going. And it does get easier over time. And I'd say to any of you, if you ask me what could I do right now to practice, I'd say make a YouTube video, stand in front of the camera and practice being authentic, and you'll feel the internal struggle coming up, but you'll get better each week. Hit the boxing bag. And if you can't do it on your own, then take a program with me. Or if I'm not the right teacher, find the right mentor that you connect with and work with them, all right? So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Love to know your thoughts in the box below. If you've got this problem growing up where you find it hard to open up around people, whoever, family, dates, you know, people in general, let me know in the box below, all right? We'll continue from here. Fearless.